Welcome to Options Trading Authority's Investor Trends and Fortunes with Options LEAPS video training course review. I'm going to present to you what this course is all about and why it's very important for you to get this course and learn from it. Well, what's an investor trend? An investor trend, in my terminology, is a type of trend that is a longer term trend than a medium term trend, which usually means it's about a year. Sometimes it'll extend to 2 years. And there's a lot of power in these investor trends. If we pop on over to a price chart, we can look here at Apple, just for example, amongst many. And you can see the difference between the years. Well, there are trends that go a great distance. And, a great distance, of course, is relative to the stock and the options prices. So the options prices need to fit, whereas you can buy a very long-term option and still make a many-fold return by riding a bigger picture trend. So you can see 2014. Now, you're seeing here 2012. Well, this trend you can say pretty much goes up to 9 months. So it's and then here we see 2013. This starts to meander here. 2014. This takes off pretty much for the whole year. 2015. We go one way. We go the other way. 2016. Mid-June, and this one keeps on continuing on. Let's look at some other stocks. All right, so now obviously you need a method of determining this trend, and we have different strategies and systems to look into that more carefully, but you can pretty much see with your own eyes there are some simple ways of determining the trend. That's outside the scope of this course. This course will deal with the concept and show you about the possibilities of what happens when you play longer term trends with options and how to best play those trends and how to see and see the different types of trends. So whereas some trends will go through the whole year just like this, and it'll just keep going pretty much for the whole year. 2009, 2008, and then resolves here. Some years, will go like this. You're not looking to necessarily play the year. You're looking to find where the bigger trend breaks, and we'll go into different approaches towards figuring out how to spot these bigger trends. So you can go and use longer term options and ride the move. So you're not having to go check in every day and worry every day. What's happening with my position? You're not having to work very hard. Not that most forms of trading require that much work, such as swing trading. I mean, you can turn it into work. Micro swing trading requires a bit more, and of course day trading requires you to be there. Now, usually when we think of day trading, we think of binary options. Of course, we have Binary Options Authority for that and other sites. But in terms of riding the big trend, these big trends that keep on happening, and the problem is if we just keep letting these big trends go by, then, well, it's kind of a big waste. It's a big waste of money because these trends can be compounded over time. All right, so instead of being like Warren Buffett, which, of course, he's quite excellent, right? So, but we can go and look to specifically target and only play these types of moves. All right, and so that's where we want to. That's where we want to get to. We want to get to the point where we know how to identify when that is going to happen, or even when a basic trend as such, which is, it's pretty huge. On Goldman Sachs here, you're going from 170 down to 90 to 100. So that's a very huge score. And when you start to learn the cycles of these bigger trends, then you could position yourself ahead of time and be ready for that trend break. Now, as you became good at identifying these trend setups, well, then you can get more and more aggressive over time, right? The problem with most traders is that they aren't in an appropriate system or strategy that can allow them to get more aggressive. They aren't lined up with the marketplace on what the marketplace is giving. The marketplace gives certain moves that are just basic and standard, and you can anticipate those and just be very methodical, anticipate, and then simply and cerebrally strike when the entry trigger is given. This way, you have a way of turning a small amount of money into quite a large amount of money, and you can do that repeatedly without getting tossed around and jerked around by the marketplace unnecessarily. Now, maybe not every entry will win right off the bat, but you can hone in and put probability on your side so strongly that you're going to win most every time and be in position for these big moves. So ultimately, the big move should well more than cover several small losses. All right, so that's about it. We're going to review a bunch of different concepts that coordinate with helping you get the perspective and get towards employing this investor trends with LEAPS strategy in your business or in your trading or when in your investing on the side. This obviously can start to help your focus in stock investing, but now you can take advantage of more opportunities because options are much cheaper and you can find the best stocks with the best options, whereas the stocks can move and the options are relatively cheap and they can provide many-fold returns. And those are the sweet spot option to stock combinations that can potentially help you make fortune. So I would suggest you pick up a copy of this and get engaged. Learn, brainstorm on trend identification ideas, brainstorm on stocks that'd be great to play, develop a plan, set some goals, and put this into play. So eventually you get so used to it that it's not a big deal to you at all. It's just something you do to compound 6 figures into 7 figures to 8 figures. Okay, maybe you can get up to 9 figures. All right, but you're not going to be able to do any of it unless you get started and take action. So I'm suggesting you get your mind on this concept and learn from my experience, and I'll walk through the logic and probability factors and how to deal with options with these leaps. Maybe we'll look at the different expiration times and we'll see, well, then we'll deal with concepts. Whereas, well, what if you actually run out of time? What do you do? And we'll look at these various factors. So that's about it. So you can click the Add to Cart button below if you want to get started, or come to optionstradingauthority.com if you're not on the site. And I appreciate it. Thanks.